Hello, welcome back to the new Mindscape. In this video, I'm going to talk about the second type of response, religious response to the crisis of religion in modernity. And this one is what I call spiritual individualism or extreme individualism. When people are bombarded with so many different philosophies and ideas, some people just stop thinking. They might acquire a sense of meaninglessness. When you're exposed to so many different worldviews and systems of belief, well, people often just give up on all of them and they live in their own individual world. Or they might kind of put together their own totally private and individual spirituality. I believe whatever I choose to believe, and nobody has the authority to tell me what to believe or not. I'll just construct my own personal and individual belief system. So in one book called Habits of the Heart, which was a sociological study of American society in the 1980s, so there was one woman who was interviewed. Her name was Sheila, and they asked her about her religion, and she said, "My religion is Sheilaism." So this is what we call spiritual individualism. Spiritual individualism is a type of spiritual modernity. In modern society, we see the rise of the individual, who becomes the final authority in many aspects of life. Individualization is one of the defining characteristics of modernity. In that sense, spiritual individualism is a perfect expression of modernity. I once did some field research at Asheville, a small city in the United States, where a lot of spiritual individualists live. This is a place associated with the New Age movement. In the New Age movement and other similar types of groups, people are constructing their own spirituality from many different sources. So some of them practice Taoist Qigong, some of them do Kundalini Yoga, some of them practice a modern form of American Indian religion, which involves smoking peyote, a certain drug to enter altered states of consciousness. Some are involved in Buddhism, so you can find all kinds of different spiritual practices and you can mix them together, do whatever you want. And many of these people come together at a building every Sunday morning for an activity called the Dance Church. And this activity is in some ways similar to the habit of going to church every Sunday. But this group is different from the church because the Christian church has authority. The pastor or the priest tells you what to think and do. But at the dance church, it's quite the opposite. So you're supposed to move naturally and spontaneously in accordance with yourself. You're not allowed to follow any prescribed types of dance, such as hip-hop, tango, or anything. No rules. You are told to be yourself. So when the music plays, everybody starts moving spontaneously. Don't follow anything except yourself. This is the rule. It's a strong rule. There must be no rules. That's the rule. You must be yourself and nothing else. So isn't this paradoxical? So you have to be free. You have to be yourself. So I mentioned that in the axial philosophies and religions, the idea was to transcend oneself. If you can transcend yourself, then clearly, well, then you would transcend to something else, to something other or greater than yourself. But here, in this kind of self-spirituality, the truth is only in yourself. So what's the result? If you refuse to follow anything or any form from anybody, what can you do except to move your body around? If you start to do anything more than that, you're following some kind of authority, some kind of teaching or path. But these spiritual individualists don't want to follow any authority or discipline. So spiritual individualism is often associated with the commodification of spirituality and religion, turning spiritual practices into commercial products. So as a consumer, the consumer is God, and you have the total freedom to pick and choose what you wish.